Gunz 2 dashes into early access. Harmonix announces the musical FPS Chroma. A new Planetside 2 update brings bases underground. Gloria Victis succeeds on Steam, and more on this week's episode of F2P Weekly. After an admittedly long waiting time and several delays, Gunz 2 The Second Duel was released into open beta through Steam's early access program. Unfortunately, the open beta release was less than stellar, with server issues leaving many players unable to log in for several days after the announcement. This issue, however, has since been addressed, and now the beta appears to be moving forward much more smoothly. The original Gunz the Duel is coming up on its 10-year anniversary, which gives the development team mixed yet optimistic feelings about the release of Second Duel. Vindictus, CEO of Myatt, the developers behind the Gunz series, said, "Though we're nervous and excited to release and operate an online game service on our own for the very first time, it meant a great deal to us to prepare the game service on Steam, one of the world's biggest game publishing platforms." Gunz 2 has been available in the EU through the game's official site since last year. As of now, the Steam release is only aimed primarily at the North American audience. Harmonix, the same studio that brought you Rock Band, has been hard at work on their new FPS Chroma, a game that makes music the weapon of choice. This groove-induced shooter matches the to-the-beat layout of previous Harmonix games while introducing a more competitive nature to their signature modules. Players will fire musical wavelengths at one another across shifting battlefields which change at major musical moments, creating new vantage points and moving player spawns. In Chroma, music matters as the game's soundtrack is tied directly to combat, traversal, and more. Rhythm will also play a major part in Chroma, as some weapons will only fire if the player can pull the triggers at the right tempo. Since Harmonix doesn't have any real FPS experience, the studio has enlisted those who do. The musically inclined developer has partnered with Hidden Path Entertainment, whose most recent work was Counter-Strike Go, in order to develop the FPS side of Chroma. Harmonix has labeled Chroma as free-to-play but not pay-to-win, stating that it will be free to jump in and play with deep customization, but smartly designed to preserve a fun and fair experience for all players. The closed alpha sign-up is now active for Chroma, with alpha scheduled to start this month as well. Free-to-play is making the jump off the computer screen and onto the silver one with Valve's new upcoming documentary, which follows 3 professional gamers as they compete for a $1 million prize in the first Dota 2 international tournament. Set to be released on March 19th, the documentary, simply titled Free-to-Play, will be available to download for free through Steam. The film's official description states it documents the challenges and sacrifices required of players to compete at the highest level. Free-to-Play. The documentary will have its official premiere held on March 18th in San Francisco, followed by a live Q&A with the creators and special guests, which the general public can purchase tickets to. For most of us who won't be attending, Valve will be offering the Dota 2 free-to-play competitors pack for sale, with 25% of the sales being distributed to the featured players and contributors. For more information on the film, be sure to check the description box below for a link to the official site. SOE's latest patch for the Planetside 2 continues the studio's efforts in updating each of the 3 continents to promote more variety and strategic gameplay. The linchpin of the update revolves around the implementation of the lattice system on Harmonix, which forces players to capture specific bases before they gain access to more important ones behind enemy lines. The lattice system was already used in the original Planetside, and its return in Planetside 2 has already proven to help funnel the action into key areas between factions. In order to implement the lattice update and improve the flow of battle, SOE has put a new gloss of paint or just plain remodeled every outpost across the entire continent. In total, Harmonix received 9 brand new outposts, including several subterranean, making them the first underground outposts to be implemented in Planetside 2. Harmonix has also benefited from improved roads, which makes traveling the mountainous regions of the continent significantly easier, especially for vehicles. Other non-Harmonix changes includes tweaks to the infiltrator invisibility during sprint, performance tweaks, crash fixes, and general server optimization. The patch notes also indicate that SOE is purging old characters, but doesn't elaborate on what defines an old character or how it will affect those who may have purchased items with station cash. Gloria Victis, the realistic medieval low fantasy MMORPG from Black Eye Games, has been officially greenlit on Steam. The MMO has only been on Steam's greenlight for 2 weeks before being approved, and for good reason. Voter support for Gloria Victis pushed the project to the #1 spot in under 2 days, showing just how many players are looking forward to a realistic medieval adventure and eagerly anticipating its early access launch. Unfortunately, according to the developers, it's a bit too early at this time for early access. In a post directed towards their fans, Black Eye Games stated they wish for the game to be in a more playable state before they submit Gloria Victis for early access, so there will still be a few months to wait before Gloria Victis gets on Steam. All those who have already been supporting development through donations will get the opportunity to tie their accounts to Steam at a later time. Play With Interactive have announced their latest MMORPG, Eclipse War Online, is set to unleash its closed beta PvP fury on February 25th until March 11th. To become eligible for access, all potential beta testers need to register with playrohan.com and check for the countdown on EWO's official Facebook or Twitter feeds. Players will be cast into the world of Karis, joining either the Rumen or Caligo races for an all-out clash of the classes. Choosing either a warrior, battle priest, magic stormer, or hunter as a character build base, players will collect transformation cards to transform themselves on the battlefield, and even steal their defeated foes' abilities to become even more powerful. Transformations and actions are also tied to the environment. The location or even time of day can greatly affect their outcome. As each transformation has a particular set of stat boosts, players must plan strategically when and where to use specific abilities. And the game of the week is Infinity Wars. Infinity Wars is a new online TCG that combines all of the fundamental strategies from classic TCGs within an aesthetically enhanced digital platform, including transforming deck landscapes and fully animated cards. While some of the mechanics in Infinity Wars will be familiar to fans of most TCGs, Infinity Wars incorporates very innovative aspects into the genre, such as simultaneous turns which force players to predict their enemy's next move or be defeated. Infinity Wars offers several modes of play, which include a special merge deck mode which combines the cards of you and your opponent in order to ensure each player has an equal footing. For those not looking to tackle PvP just yet, the TCG offers an in-depth story-driven single-player PvE campaign which rewards players with additional cards and currency. Infinity Wars features over 6 factions to choose from, each offering their own unique style of gameplay, giving players creative freedom to craft a deck to their liking. The developers have promised to regularly add even more factions along with adding brand new cards to the game weekly. Unlike many online TCGs, Infinity Wars offers completely open trade, providing the ultimate freedom to mix and match with the community and creating an incentive to get involved. Card bargainers will feel right at home, with a built-in card shop that puts earning, selling, trading, buying, and winning cards right at their fingertips. So, if you're looking for a hardcore TCG experience with a diverse set of detailed cards, intricate mechanics, and an engaging community, be sure to check out Infinity Wars. That is going to be all on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And be sure to head over to MMOBomb.com for more free-to-play action. Until next time, Natsumii out.